Welcome to Clear Minds. For years, I was completely dependent on caffeine. We're talking sometimes 5 cups of coffee just to function. It started in school, and soon my entire day was built around the next cup or energy drink. I was constantly riding a roller coaster of artificial energy, anxious, jittery, and getting sleep that wasn't restful. I was a puppet, and caffeine was pulling the strings. So I decided to cut them. I quit caffeine for 30 days to see what would happen. The first 2 weeks were a nightmare, but the unexpected benefits by the end were genuinely life changing. The first few days were brutal. About 20 hours in, a throbbing withdrawal headache hit me like a truck. This happens because caffeine constricts blood vessels in your brain. When you quit, they open back up, causing a painful rush of blood flow. Along with the headache came a wave of fatigue so deep I felt like I was moving through the mud. My mood was down and I was unbelievably irritable. Those first 3 days were pure survival mode. Around day 4, the headache started to fade and the crushing fatigue lessened. But the biggest change was my sleep. I was falling asleep faster and waking up less during the night. It was the first sign that my body was starting to heal itself. By the end of the second week, the headaches and irritability were gone, replaced by a strange sense of calm. The constant low-level anxiety that had been normal for years had vanished. I was through the storm. Week 3 is where the magic happened. I started waking up before my alarm, feeling genuinely rested. That grogginess that had defined my mornings for a decade was just gone. This led to a completely new kind of energy. That 2 p.m. slump I always fought with more caffeine, it disappeared. My energy levels were completely stable. Here's why. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the chemical in your brain that makes you feel sleepy. When you're constantly drinking caffeine, your brain gets flooded with adenosine that's nowhere to go. The second the caffeine wears off, you crash. By week 3, my brain had rebalanced itself. My productivity actually went up because I could focus for hours, not just in short, frantic bursts. By the final week, I felt like a different person. My sleep was the best it's ever been, my mood was stable, and my anxiety was gone. Also, my relationship with my higher power has become much more deep. My journey was intense, but the results were better than I ever imagined. I want to hear from you. What's your relationship with caffeine like? Have you ever thought about quitting? Drop a story in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. So, was it worth it? 100% yes. Quitting taught me that real energy doesn't come from a can. It comes from rest. Caffeine was just borrowed energy from later with serious interest. I'll never go back to being a daily dependent user. I might have a cup on a rare occasion for the taste, but not out of desperation. If you're thinking about quitting, I'd suggest tapering off to avoid the worst of the withdrawal. I did it cold turkey. Breaking free was one of the best things I've ever done for my health. The calm focus I was chasing with coffee was there all along, buried under the frantic highs and crushing lows of a stimulant.